We experience only time scales through our mobility across and between different time rhythms. Being and doing, which are always
I think we all are aware that we need to take note of material inequalities, and I think that we're aware that different students have access to different resources. Some have access to Wi-Fi, to computers, some don't. Some have access to different forms of transportation that makes it much easier to get to university. Others have other kinds of caring commitments at home that make it difficult to access university. But that becomes quite difficult when we focus just on notions of time management and the idea that, in a way, it's all about the individual student simply managing their time effectively. And what gets lost around that is the relationship between material and temporal inequalities and the ways in which inequalities are also culturally and symbolically formed, so that we make judgments, we project a sense of judgment that actually is decontextualized, that doesn't take into account the whole context of a student's life. Their stories, both before they come back, they come into higher education, but also there's stories that shape their experiences of higher education. And that can become very abstracted from our sense of understanding about what we think we know about a student, who we think the student might be, and the judgments that we might construct the student around or project onto the student. So we have to be really mindful of the ways in which we think about ideas around resilience or confidence or motivation, when all of these other kinds of factors are shaping the student's relationship to their studies, to our courses and to their courses, and to higher education more generally.
Time and space, material inequalities are taken for granted, so much so that it's very difficult to remember time-based inequalities. So we may have the ability to drive to a class, to be able to have the technology that helps us to access learning resources. We might have the opportunity to employ people or to draw on family and friend networks to help us if we have caring responsibilities. Others don't have that, and it's really important to be mindful of the difficulties and the challenges that brings up.